To access the Wi-Fi, you must find the public_CLC domain on your device. Then, after you click or tap on it, you must accept the terms of agreement, and that's it, you are all set up on the public Wi-Fi. 16 de septiembre is Mexican Independence Day, and celebrating it here in Mesilla really shows the kind of culture that has developed in the borderland over the past 200 years. While everyone inside the Abraham Chavez Theater was there to support Senator Bernie Sanders, there was a few people outside who weren't happy he was visiting the borderland. People from both sides of the border gathered near the Santa Fe Bridge to reunite with their family members. Normally, these bars and this structure represent separation, but as you can see, today it opened up and allowed families to reunite and embrace one another for the first time in what feels like a lifetime. People on both sides of the wall, including Maria Victoria Luna and her daughter Unique, couldn't wait to hold on to their loved ones again.
I'm waiting to see my grandpa.
I haven't seen my dad over maybe like 5 years, and I'm gonna get a chance to see my grandma.
Noe Rivera knows times like these are precious, and he tries not to take for granted the time he gets to spend with his family.
It just means a lot to a lot of the families, you know, how we can't even, like, some people can't go over there, some people can't come over here. So just getting those 3 minutes out of like the day to just being able to hold them, it means a lot to anyone.
Maria Victoria Luna and her family are regulars at the event and are grateful for the time, but always want a little bit more.
I would have liked if it would have been more time, because we're joking around about how are we going to spend 3 minutes, you know, with all this. But I understand because there's so many people. Yeah, la quiero mucho. Bye, papi!
This is the 7th Hugs Not Walls event in the last 3 years, but this is the first time it was also used as an act of protest.
We are protesting the immigration policies in both countries that have separated families. So this is the symbolism of today.
He hopes one day the broken immigration systems will be fixed, so all these people will be able to hold each other for more than 3 minutes, just a couple of times each year. Adan Contreras, News 22. When Sean Harrington returned to Las Cruces a couple weeks ago, he was remembering the excitement of playing one season at the Pan Am Center. An injury ended his Aggie career, but he continued his success at Northwest Missouri State. After a great career at Northwest Missouri State, Sean ended up teaching at his alma mater, Marshall High School. However, it was at a stoplight just like this one that Sean's life would be changed forever. He was taking his daughter to school when he reached a stoplight and gang members opened fire on his vehicle.
7:30 in the morning, on my way to work and drop my daughter off at school, something I've been doing every day for the last 2 years. She was a sophomore, so for the last 2 years, and some guys mistake my car for somebody else and opened up fire on me and my daughter in the car.
When the bullet stopped, Sean knew something was seriously wrong. Sean had been paralyzed. Sean also had to deal with the pain of losing his mother after she was shot during a home invasion.
That's the reason that I could probably can do while I'm in this chair and can have a conversation with you. Because the pain in this chair doesn't equate to pain of me losing my mom, so I felt the deeper pains.
After hearing the news, Coach Bradford called to make sure he was doing okay. He also wanted Sean's story told. He decided to write a book.
Subconsciously, I think I knew that this was what I should be doing, because I was going to bed at night thinking, you know, what's going on with Sean, and waking up in the morning trying to put the pieces together and try to help him, and it just seemed like something I was meant to do.
Sean says Russ got it right.
I read the book in 2 days, and it wasn't because it was about me. It just really kept me intrigued, kept me reading. I'm not a reader, like I said, but to go through this book, it was well written, and the way he delivered the story.
The support system that Sean received after the incident is something that he will always appreciate.
And there's still dark moments every day. That's something I'll be dealing with for the rest of my life. But because I started out with great support is what helped me the most going through rehab.
The road to recovery has been long and hard, but he's optimistic that one day he will get up out of his chair and walk. Josie Mills is manager of the Ultra Health Medical Cannabis store in Las Cruces. Business is great, but there's a problem in what to do with all the cash.
Currently, we are being stigmatized by the federal government that we can't be used credit. We can't use any sort of credit cards, any sort of loaning, stuff like that. And that really affects our company multiple ways, and even affects our patients multiple ways.
Because marijuana is illegal under federal law, banks are not willing to work with cannabis businesses, which gives businesses such as Ultra Health a headache when it comes to handling money. But if medical marijuana is legal here in New Mexico, why do these companies have difficulty storing their money?
Virtually every bank in the country and absolutely every bank in New Mexico, for example, is insured by the FDIC. And that FDIC insurance comes with strings. And among those strings is that you can't accept deposits from cannabis distributors.
Without proper banking, cannabis businesses must be creative with their money and take extra precautions.
It gets transferred up into Arizona, and then we bank it through there through a whole complicated process that just costs a few $1,000s to get the money into a banking system.
And ultimately, consumers pay the price.
It's a lot harder to bank with the federal government always against us, which pushes our banking costs up, which pushes our product costs up as well.
It is still unclear as to what the federal government is going to do about this situation, but Chris Erickson expects something to change soon.
There's as many pot distributors in San Diego as we have in Las Cruces Pickwicks, and so the consequence is that you can't. If you crack down on something like that at the federal level, it's just going to be incredibly unpopular.
And the legalization of at least medical marijuana is becoming more acceptable, even in the U.S. Congress. Adon Contreras, News 22.
Saving the planet, saving the animals.
Around 11 a.m. Friday morning, people gathered at Albert Johnson Park. They brought their signs and their passion, demanding lawmakers do something about climate change.
I'm here with my daughter because I feel like it's the #1 issue in the presidential campaign, locally, statewide, citywide, and all through the Southwest.
Organizers say the event was a success, but were disappointed there were not more young people there.
Because it's our future, you know, like everyone's telling us to get educated for the future, but what's the point if one, no one listens to us, and two, there's not going to be a future.
Alma Bradford is one young person who did come.
I'm 13. I'm still going to be here for a really long time, and I want to live, but there won't be like a planet to live on by the time I'm older.
It's about all of us. This is one thing that unites us all.
Gatherings like this happen all over the world, all in coordination with the United Nations Climate Action Summit in New York, where leaders from nearly all nations vowed to get serious about the problem. Person after person spoke about the importance of doing something now because time is running out.
We're going to be here for the long run, and we're going to be here longer than our elders, so we should definitely preserve our Earth.
Estimates are that if the world doesn't hold warming of 2 degrees Celsius, we will see more frequent and dangerous heat waves, rising sea levels, declining crop yields, collapse of ecosystems, and mass animal and plant extinctions.
We should care for the children.
Activists say climate change must become the major issue in the coming presidential election. They say no other issue is as threatening to the survival of life on Earth.